Dan Campbell took this Lions job with a vision. That vision has ignited the Lions fan base in a way not seen perhaps ever.
This is a sleeping giant. This is a sports town, and we feel the love. Remember who you are!
NFC North champions, everybody.
Vision, winners, back-to-back seasons.
Your team ain't ours, the prize is worldwide now. Riding to your town, win, then ride out. The crew here to break it down for y'all, to demonstrate how we ain't playing around with y'all. The humble host with punchlines to give you a black eye. We brought a GM and OC, even a stat guy. Other teams drink the Kool-Aid, roll over and quit. I drank Campbell's soup and woke up all Gritt.
And we are back. Welcome into the All Gritt podcast. I am your humble host, Caleb, joined alongside me with some familiar faces, the OC, Adrian, the stat guy, Clay, and if my eyes don't deceive me, we have a special guest, a special guest joining the All Gritt podcast today. We'd like to introduce her second back-to-back seasons on the All Gritt podcast, Miss Jennifer Hammond.
I love that. My second consecutive season. Let's make it a regular thing. I hope to stay at Fox 2 for at least 5 more years minimum.
Okay. And what does that get you, those 5 years?
Well, nothing. I'll just be 65. I mean, I think that'll be quite a feat to be a woman that makes it to 65 in this business on TV, right? So I feel like that's a good little thing. But I'd love to, join you even beyond.
There
I like
you
the
go.
podcast world.
Well, as soon as we start making some more money, we can definitely help you, have you join us more often, more regularly.
Oh, I'm going to bring sponsors. I'm coming to join the podcast and I'm bringing sponsors.
All right.
So
that's what we want.
let's just be clear.
Clay's already talked to Nate Burleson about the, was it the Valentine's brand? How's that coming, Clay?
Oh, the Valentine vodka?
Yeah. Blood orange.
When he came down to Detroit, I went to the signing and I got his number. Texted him a couple times, but I haven't heard back. I know he's a busy guy, but text him a few times. So see what can develop.
Wait, are you telling me that Nate Burleson big timed you? He did not return your text?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to get after Nate for that.
All right,
that is
good,
just unacceptable. No, that's not all good. We're going to get some sponsors. We're going to get some. Actually, okay. I bet you know who I bet I could get on the podcast for you. I know last year we talked about me trying to get DC or even Holly Campbell to come join the podcast.
Sure. Yeah.
And those two have blown up. No, that's not happening.
Right.
I cannot touch their agency. But I do think that my friend Robert Porcher or Lomas Brown. Have you had Lomas on yet?
I mean, we've talked to Lomas, not on the pod, but just, in person. He's the loveliest person on earth.
Isn't he the loveliest person on earth?
Like, who would have thought he'd be an offensive lineman?
I know, right?
So
There's not a lot of nasty in there. It's kind of funny.
So I did talk to Robert Porcher one day for spring training. We all went down there as a group, and I got a picture with him, got to talk with him, and I tried to get him on, and he big timed me too. He's like, well, bro, I'd have to see what this is all about. This podcast is all about. I said, well,
I'll give you the
Hammond's on it.
All you have to say is Hammer comes on, and he'll be like, oh, okay, it's safe.
Okay. Good. We will try.
I can vouch for you guys being cool dudes.
Thank you. And we do have one clip here. I want to pull this up. We can try to get this guy on as well. I want to get your input on this, Jen.
Okay. Mr. Rod Wood, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Detroit Lions. I'm here, the All Gritt podcast. I'm walking with my boy, Rod Wood. What are you doing tonight, Rod?
I'm going to find my wife right now.
All right, go have a good time.
All right,
Love you, bro.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, you had no audio?
No, I didn't hear it.
We could hear it.
Oh.
It was basically Caleb just making Rod Wood uncomfortable when he got it.
Well, don't do that to the president.
Right.
So yeah, I met him outside of our Harry and Izzy's dinner in Indy, and I saw him in the So
wait, I didn't see you guys in Indy, did I? Oh yes, we did. Oh, whoops, there we are. Yes, there we are. Oh, I remember that now. That was a
podcast. Waits for no one. We just pop a seat and just
as you should. And you know what, that was such a great weekend because the Lions fans in downtown Indianapolis were just bananas. I mean, we pulled into our hotel and we could hear them chanting down the street. It was just
Jared
cool. It really
Yeah.
was a takeover. And
It
boy,
was.
does it feel like we're a long ways from how we felt? That was just 1 year ago, right? Wasn't that December?
Yeah, let's get into that. So this
Okay.
season is a little bit different than last year,
I'm drinking
and
on the job.
yes, a lot of us find that. Clay just mentioned that, right? So, we have a couple questions for you as an insider. One of the questions that came in: what do you think is the biggest swing factor that could change the Lions season moving forward? And it was originally for better, for worse, but I think we've already seen the worst side of it. So, is there a potential swing factor that the Lions could see coming this season that would change it for the better in your eyes?
Well, I think the pass rush help has come and gone. I mean, certainly the pass rush has created some problems, but it's interesting because it feels like it's equal parts, and I'm sure you guys have, minced this, and it's both lines, right? The offensive line and the defensive line. And forget that you've got new coordinators. It's the players. It's the personnel. It's the fact that when Frank Ragnow walked out the door, maybe even I underestimated a little bit because we saw that offensive line play so poorly in that Green Bay game, but then they really bounced back, right? They played well against Chicago. But a lot of the teams that they've beaten have been really pretty crummy teams. And so I do believe that it all starts with the offensive line because if there was one place you had to get better and had to be best, it's on this offense with so many weapons and a veteran quarterback. And this is an offense that we saw run away with every, stat leading almost every stat last season. But at the same time, the defense played well enough at times. So if you can outscore your opponents in this league, I mean, certainly it's not a recipe for getting all the way to the Super Bowl. You've got to have a pretty solid defense. But I do believe that the offense, if they can continue to outscore their opponents, that would be a way that this team could get right pretty quickly. And I think that starts with the O-line.
Yeah,
That's a great
that's
answer.
totally right, Hammer. Just like thinking about leaving the offense on the field, having longer drives, taking more of the possession time, it just flips the game over. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, and we've seen the defense, I mean, have these God, I'm trying to think which game it was. It was the Giants game where there were all of these very short offensive drives and the defense was just out there for an eternity,
Right.
and Jameis was able to just throw at will. And the other thing too is that the explosives have just been lacking so much for the offense, and they can't convert third downs, and then when they get their fourth down chances, they're not converting those. And I do think to a certain extent, and I'm sure this is something that you guys are aware of, and we'll talk about a little more, is that Dan Campbell is seemingly not playing and setting up his team for success against this adversity that they're in. He's still dealing and playing the same way, calling plays
Right.
and going for it as he did last year. And this is a very different team than last year.
Yeah, and that's what I've been hearing on talk radio as well. Speaking of Dan Campbell, fourth downs, I believe 0 for 7 in the last 2 games. So, Packers went 3 for 3 on fourth downs last week. I think even Giants were more successful than the Lions the previous week. So, definitely not the same team, right? Not the same offensive line. You cannot push the line without Frank Ragnow being there. Speaking of Frank Ragnow, Adrian had a question regarding that.
Yeah, so I was I still am one of the biggest fans of Frank. I went through like a week of grieving when I knew he was going to retire earlier this year. And on this podcast, I said, my bold take is Frank is going to come out of retirement because I know this guy and he loves his team. And that's exactly what he did. So there's 2 parts to this question. First part is, how did the locker room react when he announced he was coming out of retirement? And then part B, how did the locker room react when that grade 3 hamstring was revealed?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, right? I mean, they didn't want it to seem like it was this major, thank God Frank is coming back, because one player does not make a team or save a team or an offensive line. However, he's a very critical player, especially in the day and age when you've got Graham Glasgow, who is now the starting center, and he's battling injuries. I think the hope is that he'll be back on Thursday night, which will be important for this team. But I just think it was such a roller coaster of emotion for this entire team. Taylor Decker, obviously one of Frank's best friends. He was pretty bubbly. He was pretty pumped on Thursday when we talked to him after the Packers game about the return of Frank. And then and we called it Franksgiving. Everybody was, I think, really feeling fired up. Like, okay, even if they lose this one, we do see a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to take kind of a back road into that, though.
Yeah.
I felt as if, and full props to Frank Ragnow, right? He's walking around with a grade 3 strained hamstring and didn't even know it. That's a tough dude.
Yep.
I mean, I can't imagine how you live like that. He did wait till the end of hunting season to announce he was coming back, which was a little curious.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he really was struggling watching his teammates go through what they were going through, he could have come back sooner or announced he was coming back before that Green Bay game, because that Green Bay game was everything, in my opinion. I have quickly kind of pivoted to, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And that's not even a mathematical certainty, but just based on the eye test and the injuries, especially now to St. Brown. Brock Wright is out for who knows how long. That could be long term. Laporta, and these guys along the offensive line. I was just trying to pull up today's injury report for you guys. It has been it has been a slog to get 5 healthy offensive linemen to practice, let alone to pull it together in a game. As of today, the guys that did not practice, I was out there in Allen Park.
I got the list right
Oh,
here.
you got it? Go ahead, read it for me. You got it, right? Decker.
Not practice is Decker, Joseph, Khalif Raymond, Panay Sewell, Amon-Ra, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra.
Limited. Glasgow, limited. I mean,
What's your thoughts on Joseph's injury? Like
on Kirby?
Yeah, what
it sounds almost to me, and I'm not a doctor, but it feels as if he's got, they talk about it being cartilage damage and something that may not heal over time. And there could be some kind of arthritis in there, all these different things that compound. He's a tough guy, and I know that he will try to play however he can, but there's only so much you really can do. And if you're not, I think at this point in the season, you'd be lucky to have players who are 75%, right? If most of your guys are 75, 80%, we're playing with house money. That's a good thing. I think these guys are all kind of a 50-50, like they're going to try to push to play. Like Amon-Ra was talking to the media today after the practice, which he didn't participate in, and said, I want to do everything in my power to be out there. It's truly going to be a game day decision. It feels a little better today than it did yesterday, and a little better, each day it improves, but it's all about cutting and stopping and doing other things. It's not just straight running. And then he finished the press conference and kind of limped away. And I thought, I don't see a world where that guy plays.
No, not
and nor should he.
That's what I'm saying. Don't sacrifice next year for coming back too soon.
Or even week. What is this? We're week 14. 14. Yes, I think we're week 14, 13 or 14. Don't sacrifice this week to try to get back when you can maybe play the last 4 games.
There you go.
Because those are going to be huge games, particularly in LA and at Chicago.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's going to want to play at home. Going back to LA, play in front of his family, and with us playing Thursday tomorrow, that would give him maybe an extra 4 days until the next week's game.
Yeah, they get that long weekend.
Yeah. And he was Saint was very candid about it. He said, whether we're 0-13 or 13-0, I want to be out there with my guys. There isn't a situation where I look at this and say, hey, this is a make or break game. I need to make sure I can be out there. He just said, if I'm healthy enough to go, whatever the situation is, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know this question wasn't on our list, but you mentioned Kirby.
Anything. I'll answer anything.
Did you take anything from Kirby's God Help Me Twitter post? And
wasn't that weird?
getting off of Twitter and Instagram and everything?
That scared me
No.
when I heard about it.
Yeah, you know what? When it was 4 words,
Yeah.
I think done for the season was my first thought. And I even asked Dan Campbell about it on Sunday, and he kind of chuckled and said, that's Curb. And then all of a sudden, he goes off. And I think the 4 word thing, Kirby's an emotional guy. And I think he's trying just to focus on getting his health back and getting his football career back. When that happens, I don't know. But boy, was he just a sensational player for them. And I feel strange saying this, but there are so many crazy injuries that happen to this team, right? It's almost like, why can't we have good things? And I know a lot of people recently are starting to kind of, throw open their windows and saying, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. They feel like the sky is falling, but they've got some guys in there still, but just the way the injuries are racking up at this point in the season. And I think what's even tougher to watch is the Bears and their ascent under Ben Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That kind of hurts. You got to admit it as a Lions fan. Like nobody saw this coming.
It kills. I mean, it's like watching, your old spouse with your best friend or something, or your mortal enemy. I don't even know. It's one of those crazy. It's a crazy world for Lions fans right now.
Oh wait, another Ben Johnson in the locker room with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, when he took his shirt off in that Bears celebration, it was awful.
I didn't even know what to make of that. But then I thought, you know what? I have so many friends in Chicago that are going. I was actually born in the Windy City, and there are a lot of people going bananas there. And I hate the Bears, and I hate the whole Ben Johnson success there because I actually,
why'd it have to happen so soon? I mean, it's just 1 year. It's not even like 3-4 years in. This is not right.
Weeks.
Dan Campbell had to get 3 years in,
And I take it back to like before the fact that he had a suit picked out week of Washington, like we lose to Washington. He has a press conference like she's drinking more wine. And he had a whole suit tailored and everything. I'm like, so this whole time you weren't even prepping for Washington, you were prepping for your news conference.
Yeah, well, and you know that when we were when the Lions were in San Francisco the previous season, the Commanders front office team was on a PJ supposedly Detroit bound to come pick up Ben and take him.
Yes, they were.
And that was pretty emotional. And then he said, nope, I'm going to stay 1 more year. And everybody thought, oh, maybe when he took the Bears job, maybe he should have gone with the quarterback in DC. But I think he made a fine job. I mean, he made a fine choice on the job, and kudos to him. It's great to see, that the Lions have guys that other people want. You want that because once upon a time, our coaches all left here and never were employed again as head coaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen a lot of the other side of the coin, but this is a really strange season for the Lions. And even today, Dan was somewhat telling in his comments when he was referencing that, you know what, this is a great Cowboys team coming in here.
Yes.
But at the same time, they've got to work on themselves. Do your job. You don't try to overcompensate for somebody else. If everybody just focuses on doing their own thing, we're going to be fine. It's more of we've got to look internally here and fix what ails us. It's not about the people on the outside we're playing against. It's us getting back to who we are. And this is going to be a great test.
That's right. One thing I wanted to mention as well, this is not on our list here, but I heard Calvin Shepard's interview yesterday with the press.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on that man, Calvin Shepard, because I would probably jump through a wall for him, just like I would Dan Campbell. Your thoughts on that defensive coordinator, and because a couple weeks ago we said, man, this defense hit another level. Whether it was right after the Legion of Whom, and
yes.
it was clicking, and then all of a sudden it went to, what are we doing? We're giving Jameis 533 yards,
right?
And then the next week. So it's like, how does the defense's room feel right now?
Yeah, I think that they are probably internally, and no one will ever say it on the outside, but they're probably wondering what the heck's going on here. They played so well against Tampa, and then they tripped up just a little bit. Who was after that? Was that the Vikings game?
Yeah.
But then they go to Philly, and they basically pitch a shutout. I mean, they played so well in that game. And I thought, God, if only Dan could have given them a few field goals to kind of back their performance.
There you go.
So, I mean, that's one that maybe you look at and say, did coaching perhaps cost us that game? But then they come back and drop just two absolute turds, against Jameis, more than 500 yards and first 500 yards in total offense this season and first 300-yard passer. And then against the Packers, I mean, they just could not get any pressure. And at the same time, Matt LaFleur, give him credit. He beat Dan Campbell at his game. Absolutely beat him at his game with the risk taking, with the fourth down calls, with the trickeration. I mean, they did so much well in that game. And Jordan Love was not pressured in the least. I saw a statistic, and I believe it was last year at this time, the Lions
Sorry.
were
Every time Jordan Love's names occurred, it does this automatically. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I can see why. I know, right?
Sorry to cut you off.
How does Green Bay just keep on cranking out? It's like a quarterback factory up there. It's insanity. But the thing with the pressures, they went from like 15th for a pressure rate last year in on the defensive front to 30th this year.
Yeah.
So they're just not getting anything. It's not even that they're not getting home. They're not even getting pressures at the same rate. And that's a huge problem right now.
Yeah. And we can thank, this isn't a bash episode, but we can thank Brad Holmes for that. He told everybody we're good. Dan Campbell said we're good. We don't need anybody. Meanwhile, you got Houston down there with two amazing edge rushers. You got Green Bay with two amazing edge rushers, or, pressure at least coming from center and edge. And it's just to think that you're good with one edge rusher and that's it. And then a dude that made 2 games in the past 2 years. If you think that's good, then, I got a bridge in Savannah to sell you.
Right. Well, and they're going to go up against a Dallas team that's got 2 guys. I mean, a guy on each side. They're going to have a hard time again this week not only running the ball, but also trying to pass. And that offensive line just has not shown any type of ability to sustain pass pro for Goff. And even today, Mark Brunell got up to the podium and talked a little bit about how they have full confidence in Jared and his ability to throw under pressure. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it right now. When he's off his mark, he's a very different quarterback. His completion percentage against Green Bay, I think he missed his first 3 passes, and then from there he kind of took off, but they're still just not doing what they are best at on every down, and that is running the ball and using the play action.
Yeah.
So with the offensive line, like I know in the preseason, when we went to camp a couple of times, like Hutch was just getting to the line. I mean, Hutch was just getting to the quarterback. They made the quarterback rule. Do you think that was Hutch, or do you think that was just showing how bad our offensive line?
Well, I think it could be a little bit of both. I mean, that time of year, everybody feels great. Guys in August look and feel pretty good. September as well, maybe even into October. And he performed pretty well. I think, what is he at, 7.5 sacks right now? But he's had just 1 in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
You can't survive like that. And I do think that part of it could have been the offensive line, because you had a rookie in there in Tate Ratledge trying to learn his way. That was his rookie season in camp. And it's a strange conundrum that the places where Dan Campbell talked about being gritty and strong and building, he and Brad Holmes both really came out and said, this is where we want to build from. We want our O-line and our D-line to be the strength of our team. And then everything else will kind of funnel out from there. And these are the 2 places that are their greatest weaknesses at this point in time. And it's just created they're like spinning their wheels.
Yeah.
For lack of a, more complex terminology.
True. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you heard, but just a couple minutes before we logged on, there was a little bit of breaking news. So I think we're gonna bring that out for you right now, if that's all right.
Please.
All right. This just in. Darius Slay gets released from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's out there. CBS Sports. Darius Slay released, part ways with 6-time Pro Bowl cornerback. So, Jen Hammond, the Hammer.
Yes, go now. I'm going to text
where
him, as
will-
a matter of fact.
Let's do it.
Get him on the pod too.
Come to Detroit.
Is there a
Wow.
possibility Darius Slay is coming home?
You know, I would love that more than anything. I feel like the Lions need to eat a little humble pie, though, and I don't know if that's anything they want to do. Certainly, he wasn't around when this current regime was in place. I would say, why not? And
That's
I don't know how far they are down the waiver wire or how that would work. I think Darius Slay would be an incredible veteran addition to this group right now, because they've just
And-
got so many injuries. They're so banged up.
Right. Terrion Arnold, we mentioned or didn't mention, but out for the year, right? How's
Yeah, IR. So technically, he could come back for the Bears game week 18, but I think by then it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think that
then
game's going to be in.
DJ Reed, is DJ Reed practicing? I mean, he wasn't on the report, so I guess he's good
Yes.
to go.
So DJ Reed is, he's practicing.
So yeah, I mean, last ditch effort to try to get some legitimate help on the outside. I mean,
Why not? Right?
Yeah,
Why
just-
not?
Maybe some
And-
veteran presence in the locker room at a time
Yeah.
of
And like Adrian
difficulty.
said, Darius Slay, I mean, he's getting up there. He's how many more games? How many more? Does he have another year in him, or was it just one more in Pittsburgh just for the money? Like,
Yeah,
why don't you
probably
come
that.
home and retire as a Lion? Retire and he loves Detroit. He did say if he was playing anywhere than Philly, it would be Detroit.
Yeah, right. And I was
And
going to
then-
say, I mean, he won in Philly, so maybe that's where he'd want to retire. But I do appreciate the chance on at least bring him in, give him a run, a physical, and just see where he is. Who knows why they parted ways with him? I'm not quite as plugged into that situation of what they would have, seen that they didn't want to even keep him around. Who knows if he got a little mouthy with all the things going on? I mean, that's a dumpster fire right now in Pittsburgh, and yet they're even actually have a better chance of winning their division than the Lions.
Absolutely.
And that's imploding. So it's kind of a strange situation there altogether.
And that's
That
exactly what I told Adrian and Caleb before we logged on. Like, he got mad at somebody and said something.
Right.
Him and
Yeah,
Aaron
that's what
Rodgers
I
are
wondered
like
if he and Aaron went at it or something, but who knows?
Every time you say physical, this is all I hear.
Oh,
if
God,
if he's got to come in for a physical, oh God, he's probably got something broke too.
there
that we
must
can't-
be, right? He's got a tendon hanging off his hamstring or something.
Yeah, exactly.
walking around like that.
All right, so let's move over to the game this week, Hammer. We got Lions versus Dallas Thursday night football. We need some keys to victory. How do the Lions escape? I mean, we look. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Get some,
So
get some
I'll just
more
lay the
wine
ground.
while you're at it too.
Yeah, crack a new bottle. So I'll lay the groundwork while you're doing that. So a couple weeks ago, we all looked at this game and we looked at how the Lions were playing, and we said this game is going to be an easy dub, just like the New York Giants. Well, we took the New York Giants into overtime, and by the grace of
Did we
God,
really
won
think
that
that?
game.
Come in.
Yes,
Did we
did.
really think that?
Well,
You know,
especially when
I'm gonna
Jameis was
tell ya.
starting quarterback.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's good.
that
But
was a
also how our
bad
defense
thing.
was against Philly too. Like how their defense looked against Philly. I'm like, oh, we can.
Yeah.
Who's going to come in and we got this.
Yeah. Dallas has scored 351 points. Those are the second most scored in the league behind Indianapolis, and actually one in front of Detroit. But here's what you need to pay the most attention to. The Cowboys, they were giving up 30.7 per game in their first 6 games, right? In the last 3 games, all wins, they've given up just 21.6 points per game. So their defense is going like this. Their offense is going like this. They've really turned it up, and I think that they're going to be a tough matchup for the Lions right now, just based on the injuries in the secondary and everything that's going wrong with the Lions. I think they're going to be a really tough out.
I think Biggs is coming back from injury.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going on record as saying I'm picking the Cowboys to win that game on Thursday night.
And it's
too
really
much.
sad too because it's a whiteout.
Stop turning my
Whiteout. A whiteout is the most non-threatening thing in sports.
I know. Penn State thinks it's great, but
in Penn State it's awesome. But otherwhere, Minnesota lost at their whiteout, I think. And
hang on, I'm pouring another glass of wine.
Well,
whose idea was the whiteout? Is that a Ford Field thing?
Yeah, that's Lions marketing. Those are the marketing people.
But hey, I will speak positive of the marketing is having Eminem take
over
the Thanksgiving halftime
Well,
show.
that was a Jack White idea, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, wasn't that amazing?
That
was the best part of Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and I texted the group and I was like, man, the crowd was so hyped. After such a bad first half, the crowd was so hyped. Right. And then
they should have left the Lions out of the locker room to see it, to feel the energy.
And it's just like, I agree with going for a fourth down, but to run it for the third time in a row and get stuffed, it's just like, and there goes all the Eminem hype right there, gone.
I don't get it. I don't get it. There's so many questionable calls, and Campbell's going to keep calling the plays through the end of the season, and then we'll see where they go from there. But the other thing too about just kind of the tone and tenor of this team right now is they've got to play with a lead at some point. They haven't played with a lead in 3 weeks.
Quarter in the past, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So with that, do you think Dan Campbell's overwhelmed with play calling, time management? Because sometimes he's like, call a timeout, and it feels like he doesn't know what to do.
He's got a lot going on.
He's one of 6 offensive head coaches that calls the offense this season. I don't know that he would ever, cop to feeling overwhelmed or say, it's a lot. But maybe sometimes just in the moment, his head, he's a really bright guy, and I love him as a coach, and I think he's a great motivator. I just think that he's trying to do whatever he can to save this season.
Oh, when he came out in Washington with the glasses on, it was just like it was incredible. It was incredible.
And now he doesn't wear the glasses anymore. Did he get progressive contacts?
He needs buffs, man. We
I need to ask him. Yeah, right. Did you see Tom Brady's little tinted glasses? Yeah. Those things are ridiculous.
We actually had some audio sent directly to the All Grit podcast of Dan Campbell when he first came out in those sexy specs. Here it is right here.
I am inevitable.
Yeah, that was him. And then he called plays. Bam, just like that.
Yeah. Dude's a stud. I'm not going to deny it. But you know what the crazy thing is? I mean, look at Vrabel, right? We're looking at Vrabel, and he's kind of the new hot girl at the dance. Suddenly, he's the one that, and I wanted him, believe me, when they hired Patricia, I was like, please. And Vrabel came in for an interview, and I guess he did not impress whomever.
Well, Bob Quinn already had his eyes decided on someone else.
Oh,
you still had that Patriot way.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna drink more.
Jen, that is my sentiments exactly. I remember Vrabel from that coaching search, and I wanted him, and he had success in Tennessee. It's just he had a quarterback that was hand strong a little bit with Tannehill, and the defense was amazing. Just like Patriots defense right now is doing well. Their offense is clicking. This is a great coach, and I think musclehead coaches are awesome.
Yeah, I love him too. And who's to say that things would have gone as well here, because they were still the Jared Goff and all of that trade away from becoming a team that had an offense to build around.
True. All right. Well, listen, we need to get into some bold takes, and we'll let you go. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Adrian. We'll let Hammer go last here so she can think about it. We're going to go around. We're going to take our bold takes for this Thursday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, 8:15 kick.
8:15 kick. Okay.
On Amazon Prime.
And Fox 2 in Detroit. Tell everyone.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's tune on to that. Forget.
We get to buy it. We take over that one. Hey, and I'm going to have Barry Sanders on my pregame show with me. We do our pregame. I know, right? I love 20.
That's awesome.
Barry.
I
He's
mean,
the
if you,
best.
I mean, since we can't get Porsche, I mean, if you want to get Barry on here, we'll have to, suffice.
You know what? I can barely get. It's taken me a whole month to like wrangle this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was one of our questions and I remembered the Monty thing that you were dealing with last year. Is there a story real quick that you really wanted to break or tell, but the timing or circumstances never let it happen?
Last year?
Wasn't
What
there
was
a
the Monty thing?
situation? You were supposed to go to his house and get an interview with him. I
Oh
thought.
yeah, we were gonna do a story with him and his daughter.
And then he got injured, didn't he?
His son. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and now, boy, where's David Montgomery?
I know.
I don't want to take Gibbs off the field. This is by no means,
Right.
but I just feel like there was one series, and now I'm blanking on which game it was, when they had a 2-back set motion, and I was like, look at this. I mean, it was like a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And it was productive, and they did it once and never did it again.
Yeah.
I like to stick with things that work.
Clay has been shouting that from the rooftops. Me and Clay. It's just like, get Monty back in the game, but we don't want to let Gibbs not be in there. But it's like you said, we've already seen Gibbs in the slot, and now with Amon-Ra out, you move Gibbs more out in the slot, and Monty becomes the running back.
Exactly. And guess what? A defense is suddenly like, what are we going to do? What are we going to stop? Who are we going to defend? I mean, force it on them. I've always detested the notion when a coach will stand up and go, you know what? We take what the defense gives us. No, force and impose your will on a defense. You need to be the enforcer. You need to go at them. And I don't know why they don't do that more.
Take the ball. Well, we did it last year. Take the ball and just run Monty down their throats, and it just opens up the entire game plan.
Right. And the other thing is too, when you win the coin toss, take the ball.
Right.
Start on offense at home.
So that's when we've been kicking. I'm like, oh, we have zero confidence in this game because we know we're going to be down at halftime and need the ball.
Yeah.
Well, that's getting into some bold takes. Let's go to Adrian. Adrian, what say you?
I'll be real quick. I love what Tom Kennedy did last week. It's so reliable when Amon-Ra went down. My bold take is Tom Kennedy gets his touchdown this week versus Dallas.
Ooh, TK85, Tutty.
85 touchdown.
All right. Clay?
I am, as Caleb said, been speaking into existence. I'm calling for the return of Monty.
Ooh.
The Monty that played against the Ravens. Bring him back. Get a touchdown and a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown.
Oh my God!
Because I think that's the only thing that can save us against Cowboys because it's not looking good.
So, in order for him to do that, he's gonna have to get off of the bench, though.
That's my bold take.
And his average hasn't been bad early. His average hasn't been bad early.
All right. Well, mine's a little parlay as well. So I got Tesla scoring a touchdown.
You took mine.
Did I? But I'm going to add this, which is also yours. Dallas wins. Tesla scores.
That's a great parlay. And if I could win some money on that, I would do it. I would bet it. Mine's going to be Tesla for 6+ catches, at least 1 tud. And I'm thinking 70 or 80+ yards.
So this is
going to be a breakout.
Game.
Amon-Ra's not going to be able to go, and Tesla is going to. He's going to.
We're big Tesla fans here. He grew up 10 minutes down the road from us.
Isn't he great? What a great kid, and he's such a nice guy. You root for him. I just said that with Will Birchfield in the locker room this afternoon. He finished talking to Tesla, and I said, "How was it?" And he goes, "Of course, great." And I'm like, you know what? You root for that guy. And we're like, yes, come on.
That's
my in-laws live in Arkansas, so I watch a lot of Razorback football. So I knew who we were getting. So at the training camp, I yelled "Woo Pig," and he came. He was done signing, and he walked over to me. He's like, "How do you know that?" And then he signed. I'm like, "Got family, bro."
That's awesome.
All right, we got you down. Tesla 6+ catches plus a touchdown, 70 to 80 yards. Did I get that right?
Yeah, let's go over 75.
Okay, plus 75.
We'll keep it clean.
I like that.
All right, fellas, we're gonna get you who? Rob Porsche.
Well, real quick, you said you were just talking to somebody behind the scenes there. Have you bumped into Ben Raven at all?
Yes, I love Ben Raven. Yes.
Well, I met with him, and literally have been talking. He's doing the same thing Nate Burleson is doing to me, and you need to stop this. All right.
Okay.
You need to get Ben Raven. Say the All Grit podcast wants you on there, Ben, and he'll never respond.
Can I text him? Can you see my face anymore?
No, you took yourself off.
No, but that's okay.
Because I'm texting Ben Raven and saying the All Grit.
Thank you.
Podcast.
2 T's on the Grit, please.
Oh, 2 T's. Grit podcast wants you on. Full endorsement.
Stop ditching them! Exclamation point.
Endorsement. They're great guys. All right.
All right.
Got it. All right. I'm back. There you
All
go.
right. And here's our outro music. Jen Hammond, thank you.
Wait, you need to
so
see
much.
can you see my face for the outro or did it go away?
Oh yeah, you're back.
All right.
You're back.
Thank you guys.
Anything
Hey,
you
did
want
you
to
all
shout
have a
out
nice
real quick?
Thanksgiving despite the outcome?
No. Any
Sorry.
any shout outs you want to give real quick? Any business family?
Business shutouts. Well, I'm going to Churchill's tonight. I'm going to drink a little bourbon and smoke a cigar. So
Oh,
Have
Churchill
That's it.
Downs.
after
No,
I cook a steak.
Oh man, what a life! All right, well, for the All Grit podcast, it was so nice having the Hammer with us.
Oh, thank you
And,
guys.
Hammer.
We
I
got the
appreciate
OC
you.
and the
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if they make it to the playoffs, I'll come back for a playoff edition. If not, I'll see you next year.
All
Sounds
right.
good. Thanks, Jen.
Cheers.